Good evening, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. We have a lot of news this evening, so let's get started. First up, missing teenage girl found safe after helicopter search in Concord. A teenage girl who was reported missing in Concord has been found safe, officials said. There were no details about how or where Brooke Chas, 16, was found. She had last been seen Thursday night at a River Hill Avenue address. Police used a helicopter and canine teams to search for the teenager along the Kentucky River. This is a developing story. It will be updated as more information becomes available into our newsroom. Couple whose infant son ingested fentanyl make plea deal. Salem parents can avoid jail time after pleading guilty to endangering welfare of child. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Ray Brewer.
See the speed, the biggest, the baddest snowmobile event in the world. This is how we kick off snowmobile season.
Lee and Jonathan Bryan each pled guilty to 2 counts of endangering the welfare of a child. Under the terms of the deal, they were sentenced to 2 years in jail, but as long as they stay out of trouble, they won't have to spend a day behind bars. On September 12th of 2018, their then 9-month-old son ingested fentanyl and was taken to the hospital where he was successfully treated. Also home was the couple's other son, who at the time was 4 years old. While both children were placed in the custody of DCYF for a time, they are now back with the parents. A defense attorney noting that an advocate for the children was appointed and was also convinced that this was the best solution for everyone, including the children.
That guy in that item was confident that this was a one-time event, and that both Jonathan and Kelly were well on their way to sobriety, and they've been state of sobriety has been since the date of this arrest.
Under the terms of the agreement, both the Bryants will remain on probation for a year. They must also continue to undergo drug and alcohol counseling. In Brentwood, Ray Brewer, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Mosquitoes that can spread Zika virus found in New England. Mosquitoes identified do not currently carry diseases, officials say. Vermont state officials say that the Asian tiger mosquito, which can spread the Zika and virus, has been found in Vermont. The state said Thursday that the mosquitoes identified do not currently carry these diseases. Natalie, public health veterinarian with the Vermont Department of Health, says it's unlikely this normal tropical / subtropical mosquito will be spreading new diseases in Vermont anytime soon, because the climate is inhospitable for the mosquito species most of the year. The mosquitoes were hatched from eggs collected in Windham County as part of a surveillance program. Patty, the Environmental Surveillance Program Director of Vermont Agency of Agriculture, says it's too soon to know if the mosquito's presence is in a normal or if the species will be part of the state's ecosystem. Confidential service launched to help teens stop vaping. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Siobhan Lopez.
See the speed, the biggest, the baddest snowmobile event in the world. This is how we kick off snowmobile.
It's called My Life, My Quit. The new website launched by state health officials to help teens quit dangerous nicotine products, including electronic cigarettes, liquid nicotine vape products, cigarettes, and chewing tobacco.
This is a service that could be provided to them without any kind of fear or any kind of restrictions.
The free and confidential service can be accessed over the phone or by text.
This is a service that our state is providing, especially around vaping epidemic. This is getting into the point where we need those services for the teens.
According to a 2017 New Hampshire Youth Risk Behavior Survey, 41% of Granite State students admit to vaping. My Life, My Quit has coaches specially trained to listen to teens, help teens navigate social situations that involve tobacco or vaping, and find healthy ways to cope with stress.
It's based on cognitive behavioral therapy, so they talk about some motivational interviewing process, help them to support what services they need.
Experts say that nicotine, no matter how it's delivered, is unsafe for teens and young adults as it can harm their developing brains. Now, you can find a link to the My Life, My Quit website on our website, WMUR.com. Reporting live in Concord, Ray Brewer, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Somersworth teacher accused of cutting students' hair resigns. Incident happened last month. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
An 8th grade teacher in Somersworth accused of cutting one of his students' hair has resigned. Jillian Miglianico says her daughter's teacher told her to stop playing with her hair. When she didn't, the teacher threatened to cut it with scissors, and then he did. The Somersworth school superintendent says since this is a personnel matter, no other information is being released at this time.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Warren raises $24.6 million in third quarter, just behind Sanders, far ahead of Biden. Former vice president announces $15.2 million raised July 1st to September 30th. Yang raised $10 million. Senator Elizabeth Warren, rising in recent polling and attracting big crowds, raised $24.6 million in the third quarter, her campaign said today. Now let's take a look at that U.S. stock market and see how your U.S. stock market closed for this Friday evening. And here's a look at that U.S. stock market for all of you for this Friday evening. Your Dow Jones Industrial Average closed in the green and went up. Your Nasdaq closed in the green and went up. And S&P 500 closed in the green and went up. Gold closed in the red and went down. Oil closed in the green and went up. U.S. 10-year closed in the red and went down. Euro/USD closed in the green and went up. And VIX closed in the green and went up. Dow rallies more than 350 points after Goldilocks jobs report. Stocks closed higher on Friday as the latest U.S. jobs report hit a sweet spot with Wall Street traders. Bernie Sanders' wife speaks out after health scare. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
Bernie Sanders. We're hearing from his wife this morning as the presidential candidate recovers from a heart procedure in the hospital. Our senior Washington correspondent, Terry Moran, has the details. Good morning, Terry.
Good morning, Michael. Bernie Sanders is on the mend in Las Vegas. After that heart surgery earlier this week, doctors inserting 2 stents to unblock an artery. But already, his wife Jane says, he's raring to go.
He's doing great. It's exciting that he's going to be out of here tomorrow, the next day.
This morning, Bernie Sanders' wife Jane Sanders is speaking out about the presidential hopefuls' health.
I mean, he looks more energetic than he has been.
Standing in front of the Las Vegas hospital where Sanders is being treated for a blocked artery, she says he's doing better, but she wouldn't comment on whether the 78-year-old senator suffered a heart attack.
They had a blockage and put in one artery, and they put in 2 stents. It's very common procedure.
Sanders was taken to a hospital on Tuesday night after a closed-door campaign event in Las Vegas. He was complaining of chest pains. You can see him here at the event asking for assistance from an aide.
Ari, can you do me a favor? Where's Ari? Give me a chair up here for a moment. I'm going to sit down here. It's been a long day here.
But now Sanders' wife says he's on the mend and he'll be back to his intense schedule sooner rather than later. As for his campaign, a potential positive sign, he's resuming a $1.3 million advertising push in Iowa, which had been abruptly canceled on the day Sanders was hospitalized.
In this moment, we need a fighter.
So now the question for voters is, can Bernie Sanders do this job? He's determined to show that he can. He has a loyal base of support. He'll need more than that. He plans on attending that October 15th debate, and as he says, he's a fighter. Cecilia?
Okay, Terry, thanks so much.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for this Friday evening edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Friday evening, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for another newscast. And I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Good night, and bye, everyone.